Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Cebrail Aytep. 6. sınıf İngilizce derslerini beraber devam ettiriyoruz. Bugünkü dersimizde past simple tense, geçmiş zaman konusunu beraber işleyeceğiz. As I have told you, in today's lesson we are going to carry on with past simple tense and we are going to learn past simple tense. And we need to learn this tense because it's so crucial to learn. If you want to talk about what did you do yesterday or last week, you need to use this tense. Or if you want to talk about what happened in the world 200 years ago, again, you need to use this tense. And at the same time, we need to know what is the past and what is the tense. Okay, tense in Turkish is geçmiş. Past is geçmiş and tense is zaman in Turkish. What is the definition of the tense? Tense is the time described by a verb. This means a verb can give us the tense of a sentence. All right. Now, we are going to carry on with a timeline. As you see, this point is now. We can say that everything before now is in the past. If it is not now, this means it is in the past. All right. Now we can say that in 2015, all right, you weren't students, were you? I have taken this as year, all right, for example, 2020, 2019, but you can take as day, as week, as month, it's up to you. All right, let's go ahead. Now, here we've got 3 sentences, and I have used eat, verb eat, okay? You are going to see the different form of the verb. Now here we've got a question. How can we identify the tense of these sentences? All right. If you want to know that, first you need to check the form of verb. Let's check together. In the first sentence, as you see, eat is in base form. In the second sentence, base form plus ing and is used with are. And in the last sentence, as you see, is used as second form, past form, eat. And then what else can we do to make sure that what is the tense? Now, we need to check the time expressions. Time expressions also are so crucial. Now, let's check the first one, every day. Okay, every day is used for present simple. Second one is right now. Right now is used for present continuous. What about last one? Is yesterday, and yesterday is used for past simple. Okay, now we are going to carry on with past simple. Here we've got another question. How can we make past simple sentences? I want to make past simple sentences, but how can I do that? All right, here's the way. First, we need to change the verb into past. But remember, we are going to do this with verbs. We've got 2 types of verb. One of them is regular verb. Second one is irregular verb. If you want to change a verb, regular verb, into past, we need to add ed, okay? But if you've got irregular verb, this means you need to use second form, past form of irregular verb. Let's carry on with regular verbs. Okay, adding ed to the regular verbs. Remember, we cannot add ed to the irregular verb. Only we can add this to the regular verbs. Okay, let's go step by step. Most of the time, we only add ed to the regular verbs. Okay, for example, talked, okay, or walked, As you see, we add. But sometimes we've got some other ones also. Now, let's see. We need to check the last letter of the verb. Okay? We are going to check the last letter of the verb. If the verb ends in E, we are going to add only D. Okay? If the verb ends in E, we are going to add only D. We are not going to add ED. Okay? Because we've got E here. Therefore, we are not going to add ED. For example, use. Okay? Check the last letter of the verb is E. Therefore, we are going to add only D. Okay? D is enough for us. Let's go ahead. If the verb ends in Y, we remove Y, and we add IED. Okay? That's okay. But again, we've got exceptions here. We need to be careful for this. For example, study. Okay? We are going to check the letter before Y. If the letter before Y is consonant, we are going to remove this and we are going to say study it. We are going to add IED. Okay, what if the verb, the letter before Y is vowel? What will happen? Let's say stay. Okay, stay. Although the verb ends in Y, we cannot remove this. Check the letter before Y. This is vowel. We cannot remove Y. Only we can add ED. Stayed. Okay, last one. We need to check the structure of the verb. If it is CVC, all right, what is that? If the consonant plus vowel plus consonant, we need to double the last letter of the verb and add ED. How can we do that? Look at here, for example, plan. Okay. We are going to double. As you see, we doubled. And then we can add ED. All right? We change the verb into past tense. Okay, let's carry on. Here we've got some irregular verbs. Remember, as I have told you that if you want to change verb into past, if the verb is regular, we add ed. If the verb is irregular, then what do? We use past form of the verb. Okay, we use second form of the verb. Here we've got some of them. In English, there are about 200 verbs. We need to memorize them, unfortunately. Okay, let's say this is base form and this is past form. To go becomes went. To come becomes came. To take off becomes took off. To leave becomes left. Again, we've got another to leave, but the meanings are different. You should be careful. Okay, is left again. To buy, bought. To say, said. To pay, paid. To forget, forgot. And to have, finally, had. Okay, if you want to change irregular verb, as I have told you, we are going to use past form, second form of the verb. Okay. Now, we've got someone here. His name is James. James says, "Hi, I am James." Be careful because he is going to talk about his story and we are going to learn past tense through his sentences. Okay? Be careful. Don't forget. Okay, let's start. If you want to build affirmative sentence, subject plus irregular verb or object, place, or time. We can say rest of the sentence as well, okay? Now we will check together. What does he say, James? James says that I went to Izmir last weekend. I went to Izmir last weekend. Remember, we want to make sure what is the tense. Look at here, went is second form of go, okay? And it is irregular verb. First, we use our subject, okay? Then we use irregular verb. Then we use object, place, or time, whatever we need. Here we've got place. Okay, let's take from here. Now you need to be careful. We cannot add ed to the base form of verb. You need to use, if the verb is irregular, you need to use second form of the verb. Second one, okay, here we've got a note. Arkadaşlar, İngilizce'de, daha doğrusu geçmiş zamanda fiiller öznelere göre değişmez. Bütün özneler için aynı şekilde fiili bizler kullanırız arkadaşlar. As you see, I went, you went, he went, she went, it went, we went, they went, James went. Okay, we don't change according to the subjects. Let's carry on. Now, another affirmative sentence, subject plus regular verb, then object, place, or time. Okay, fine. Remember, previous sentence was in irregular verb. Now we've got regular verb. Let's carry on. Okay, James says, I stayed at a 5-star hotel. Okay, good. You should be careful, we use ed here. Why? Because stay, the verb is regular. Therefore, we add ed. And remember, I have told you that you should check last letter of the verb. If the verb ends in y, you need to remove y. But you need to check the letter before y. If the letter is vowel, then you cannot remove the y. You only add ed, okay? I stayed at a 5-star hotel. James says, okay, let's go ahead. Now, we use only past form of the verb in the affirmative sentences. Arkadaşlar, bizler fiilin geçmiş zaman halini sadece ve sadece olumlu cümlelerde kullanabiliriz. Olumsuz cümlelerde, soru cümlelerinde kesinlikle ve kesinlikle kullanamayız arkadaşlar. Yani yapmış olduğumuz iş sadece olumlu cümleler için geçerliydi. Okay, now again let's carry on. Now we are going to build negative sentences. First subject, then we are going to put didn't. This is so important. And verb. And then object, place, or time, rest of the sentence. Be careful, I didn't say regular verb or irregular verb because we are going to use base form of the verb, okay? All right, let's go ahead. Now, he says, I didn't stay at home. Look, first we've got subject, then we put didn't, and we put verb. What kind of verb? Base form, okay? And then we've got place, as you see. All right, let's go ahead. And before that, I want to emphasize again, we didn't add ed. We cannot add ed because this is negative sentence. Okay, let's go ahead. Now we are going to start yes/no questions. First, you need to bring did as helping verb and subject and verb and rest of the sentence, object, place, or time, okay? Now, okay, we've got someone else here. His name is William, okay? William is asking to James. Now, he's saying that, did you stay at the hotel for a night? It's question. And Be careful, we bring did to the beginning of the sentence, then we use subject, and after that we have used what? Our verb base form and rest of the sentence. We didn't add ed because we cannot use in question sentences. All right, let's come to the answer. Yes, I stayed. Look at here, be careful, because this is an affirmative sentence, therefore we use ed, and plus we need to bear in mind stay is a regular verb, that's why we add ed. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, double H question structure, we are going to learn this. Okay, first we are going to add double H questions. Okay, where, when, okay, how much, it's up to you, the usage. Then we are going to use did, helping word, verb, and we are going to use subject plus verb and rest of the sentence. But we need to be careful, okay? Only there is one difference between yes-no questions and double H questions. What's that? We add double H in the beginning of the sentence, then it becomes double H questions. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, William asks again, why did you come to Izmir? Okay, here again you need to be careful. You cannot say came. Okay, you cannot use second form of the verb. Why? Because this is a double H questions. We don't use second form of the verb in questions. Okay, why did you come to Izmir? Okay, because I had a meeting. I had a meeting. The base form is have. Because this is an affirmative sentence, I have used had. Okay? All right. Now, William and James are standing here. William says, can I ask you some more questions? And James says, sure. Now we are going to carry on with the conversations. Fine? Okay. Can you tell me your story from the beginning? Well, first I bought one-way ticket because I wasn't sure about return time. Then I packed my bag and tidied up my room. Sorry, when did you buy the ticket? I think I bought the ticket the day before the departure. Okay, then, all right, then. After that, I left home and I arrived at the airport. Suddenly, I remembered my mom and I called her because when I was at home, she was out. When she answered the phone, I said goodbye to her and I was about to hang up the phone. She said that I left my bag at home. You know why? Because I was in a hurry to catch the bus to the airport. And I completely forgot it. Luckily, my ID cards were with me. Now, if you notice that we have used the past form of the verbs here. Normally, the base form of this verb is by. Okay, this one is pack. And here we didn't use base form of the, we use base form of the verb because as you see, this is a question, and here as you see, we use both because this is an affirmative sentence, and here again is affirmative. We use left, this is normally leave. Okay, arrive. This is base form. Okay, answer is only here. This is forget. Okay. As you see, in affirmative sentences, we have used the second form of the verb, and in questions and in negative sentences, we have used base form of the verb. That's all for today. Arkadaşlar, bugünkü dersimiz bu kadar. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Gelecek derste görüşmek üzere.